What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Coyote ZR2. Today we are going to be installing a Midland GMRS radio into the truck. Yes, I know this is a Jeep version. I picked it up at Overland Expo, Pacific Northwest. They had a very good deal on it. They ran out of the non-Jeep version, so I just opted to get the Jeep version. The only real difference with it is the main mic itself. Looks like a little Jeep front end. I'm probably gonna take a Sharpie and just color in that black, and it's just gonna be your average radio. So what's included in this is you get obviously the mic, you get their little factory antenna, which I'm not gonna use. You obviously get the radio itself. This is what feeds everything. I opted to get, and then you have this power option here. You can plug it to a cigarette lighter. I'm going to cut this and run it into straight to the battery, just so I can have all-time power with this if I want to. I also picked up an extra, basically Cat 5 in that will plug into this. I'll run this to the driver's side of the truck. That way my mic can be on the driver's side. I did pick up as well this Ghost antenna. So it's a little smaller and it also has better output than just a stock antenna. And with this, you also need this. This is just a little clamp that you can put on the hood basically, and the antenna will sit there. So I'll probably mount this on the passenger side hood somewhere. And then this will pass through that same spot we've been passing all our wires through to get into the cab on the engine bay. That's pretty much it. I'll link everything I use down below in the description. First off, let's jump into the truck and we'll see where we can mount this at. I have an idea already. I'm probably going to zip tie it underneath the glove box up there somewhere. So we'll jump to the truck, look at that, get this mounted. And then we'll pull wires through because this will be the hardest part again. And then after that, it should just be plug and play. So let's go to the truck and mess around with this. Let's get it going. Alrighty, so our first step is going to be move this glove box out of the way. Just toss that over here. And then I'll get you guys in closer to this so you guys see where I'm mounting this, the radio unit itself. So in order to access our wiring, there's two tabs that hold this up basically. There's one right there. There's one right here, and you basically just gotta pry them out. They're pretty easy. So get like a pry tool or something and just yank those both out, and then you have access to everything you need over to the passenger side, and you also have access to the engine bay, the hole we've been using to get everything through. So that will be my first step, is to get wires from inside here to outside, inside the engine bay, because that's going to be the most time-consuming thing of this. So let's get started on that. So there's just 3 tabs on this. Boom, boom, and boom. And you just pry them off, and this whole piece comes off, and that gives you access to everything underneath there. I'm hoping to take, because that's, so if you're curious, the black and red wire is for my all-time power for the damn accessory mount. The other wire goes to my aux beam strip. I'm hoping I can undo the zip tie and just use that aux beam wire and hopefully pull in the 2 wires I need for the radio and all-time power. So first step is, for me, is going to be using these existing wires I got going through the cab and hopefully pull the 2 wires I need for this install to go well. So I'm going to pop the hood and I'll pull them through, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like after and where I went from the inside of the bay. If you want to see the whole process, I'll link a video right here somewhere for my damn accessory mount video that will show you how to get wires from inside the cab to the engine bay. So, but I'm not going to show that today because it's a pain in the butt. So the first wire we're going to pull will be this right here. And the nice thing about this is the wire we got to get into the cab. Is you can simply unscrew this whole piece here. Hold that bottom nut, unscrew this whole piece there, and you have a much smaller item to try to pull through the cab. So I'm going to do is I'm going to use the existing aux beam wire, tape the hell out of it to it, yank it through, and then tape the power wire from inside, pull it that way with this same wire to hopefully it works. So we'll see. I'll show you guys the after results. I just want to show you how cool the Midland mix is. But this is only with the Ghost harness basically. So I recommend you get this and the Ghost antenna because it just makes it look better. So, but I'll show you guys what it looks like after I'm done here. So as you can see, this wire goes to that grommet already, and then basically this is for the aux beam. I'm basically just taping the wire for the radio and the antenna right here to this. I'm just gonna yank it through. So we'll see how this goes. And boom, just like that, I got this wire through now. Next step will be to cut this end off and pull these two wires that way from the cab to the engine. So I'll do that now, and I'll show you guys what it looks like after. Okay, so now that we got this cable through, we're just gonna put this end back over it and screw it on, because this will plug into the back of this, and this is when I get ready to mount all this up. But now we're going to cut this and pull this into the engine. So I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done with that. It's going to be the same concept. I'm just going to tape this to the wire we just pulled from the antenna, yank it back that way. When I get it, undo the tape, and then pull everything where I want it, do some cable management, and then start doing the Cap 5. Then I'm going to run from here to there. So let's get started on that. Okay, so after looking at this, there's no way this will be long enough to reach into the engine bay, and I'm not about to cut this and try to splice all this together. So instead, I have some more of that, what is this, 16 gauge wire, just positive, negative. Should have looked at that beforehand, but so now at least you guys know that this probably won't make it into the engine bay. So what I'm gonna do is tape this up, pull this through, cut it inside here, splice everything together in here, put 2 terminals on the end of this, plug it in the battery, and that would be nice. Which I guess is good because this stuff it's got the outer layer anyway, offers more protection. So thankfully, this will be the last time I have to run any type of wires from inside the cab to the engine, because I have the aux beam now, and I'll have the radio and full-time power up here. So no more running wires to that little grommet anymore. Hopefully. So, but thank God. So I'll get this pulled through, and I'll show you what I'm doing after that. In case you guys want to see what exactly I'm doing. Got that 16 gauge wire taped to this. I'm just pulling on it. And then boom, there's my 16 gauge along with this. Easy peasy. So what I'm going to do now is mount this antenna mount to the hood, get the antenna on, that way I can pull slack through, and just trying to keep as little wires in the engine bay as possible, trying to make it look clean as possible. So this is pretty self-explanatory. This will sit like this, just kind of slide it over. There's 2 little set screws on the bottom. They give you supplied Allen key for these, and that's what you're gonna do. Just slide that into the hood wherever you want it, and you'll be good to go. So that will be my next step right now. I'll get you guys a better angle and show you guys that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking antenna wire, I'm just gonna run it through here. I'll probably get a piece of double sticky sided tape, put it right there just to kind of hold this down in place better. I might even put some right here just to sticks in place. But that's this way he won't get pinched on the hood close or anything. And then this is gonna sit right there. And then all you gotta do is just 2 little set screws. You just make those tight, and then it's in place. So let me go get some double-sided sticky tape, and then I'll show you guys what this looks like after install. Okay, so what I ended up doing is taking this cable, this whole block pulls out, and then you can just route it behind this. And I came up through here, just tucking it down in there. I might find a spot to put a zip tie possibly, but if it's low like this, the hood latch is going to sit here anyway. so it's not going to touch any of this. And then you just run it up here, and it's going to stop. Once I set the set screws, it will be in place, and we'll be good to go. Next step, I'm going to terminate this end, get it ready for the battery and power, and then I'll jump inside, splice the inside stuff, and then I'll show you guys that when this is done. I'm not going to bore you with splicing because it's pretty obvious. You know, negative, negative, positive, positive, put an end on it, boom, you're done. So I'll cut back to when I'm inside the truck working on there. Okie dokie. So I just spliced the wires, put ends on for the Midland radio GMRS. While I was doing this, I also cleaned up some of my previous wirings and heat shrinked everything and made it look a lot better. So next step is going to be just take this applied Allen screw or key with the wiring harness you get, and just basically secure these 2 set screws, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. So there's 2 set screws on this. I'm just going to take this Allen key and make sure those are snug, and then I'll show you install the antenna itself. All right, so the set screws are nice and tight. That's not going to go anywhere. Next step is to mount this ghost antenna, which I recommend you pick this up just because it's smaller, it looks better, and you also get, I think, like 3 or 4 times the range with this antenna alone than you do with the stock antenna. So I'll show you guys. This is basically just screw it on there and you should be good to go. So I'm going to take my antenna and start threading it on here. And boom, it's easy as that. So what I'm gonna do now is basically take this wire we just ran, splice it open, cut this end off, the cigarette lighter end off, and splice these 2 together. And then I'll show you what I'm gonna do to mount this guy in a spot. So let me splice this up, and then I'll show you the next step. So I got my 2 wires spliced and heat shrinked, looking nice. So what I'm gonna do with this thing is probably just zip tie it to this bracket on top of this bracket right here. So I'm probably gonna end up running the wires up through here somehow behind the glove department, or probably pass through here, go up through there, plug into this, and then I'll show you the next step. I'm not gonna be able to get a good camera angle, but I'll show you what it looks like zip tied up there when I'm done. For anyone curious, that's where it's gonna live. I just put 2 zip ties to the mount it comes with, and yeah, that's where it's gonna live. So I got the power plugged into it, the antenna cable plugged into it, and as well as this Cat 5 extension that I'm going to run through here, through the other side, make a little cutout in the plastic down here on the driver's side, and mount this inside of that. So we'll see how that goes. I'll probably unplug this and pull it back this way, but this is just to kind of see what it will look like mocked up. So let me button all these wires up and then figure out a good way to get over from here to the driver's side. So I got this Cat 5 extension basically. What I'm gonna do is cut a little cutout because it's not behind there. Make a little cutout with a razor blade so this fits in there. And I got something to pull this Cat 5 back to the radio itself in the Midland. So I'll show you what this looks like out there. I'm done. You could use like a Dremel tool. I'm just gonna use a razor blade and just cut it, go small, get bigger as I need, because this piece has little side marks here that will squeeze in place basically. So make it about as big as this and force it in there. I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. And there you have it. I just took a razor blade. It's made a small little notch. I mean, it's going to be tucked away, discreet. It's just plastic. You use your Dremel tool, something much easier. Start small, go big. But yeah, I mean, I like that because it's out of the way. Everything will be a clean line just coming up here with the radio itself. And yeah, I like everything looking clean. So I just passed the Cat 5 wire through. Take the other side. Show you what that looks like. And there it is. It just comes right through here. And it'll be tucked up with that carpet goes back. So all I have left to do is plug power in, plug the Cat 5 in, plug everything back onto the battery into the hood and then test it. So I'm going to tuck all this away and I'll come back to testing the radio itself. So give me a second. Just plugged my radio in. Truck's off. And voila, we have power. So do a little weather station test.
Detail, southwest 3 feet at 4 seconds and west.
As you can see, it's plenty loud. You turn it up louder too.
Then a chance of rain in the afternoon.
Sounds really good though. Because the speakers in the radio are there, so it's actually just amplifying through the truck now. So it's pretty badass little spot for that. Alright, so I'm gonna clean up my mess a little bit, close the hood, and then show you guys where I'm actually gonna install this for the time being. And then my solution for a more permanent solution. So let me clean up and then I'll show you that. Alrighty, so as you can see, that's just a super clean setup. It does come with this little double side sticky thing that you can mount somewhere. I think for the time being, I know bullet point solution makes a nice mount that could go up here. I might find something to do that and just kind of mount it here or something. But realistically, I'm probably gonna unplug it and just throw this in a glove compartment when not in use, and then when I need it, I will pull it out and plug it in. But that's it for today, guys. You know, Midland GMRS radio. I think everyone who plans or does any off-roading should definitely have one of these. I'll probably pick up some handheld ones to give out to whoever I go explore with. Right now, the truck's kind of in the build stage. I mean, the thing's only got 4,000 miles on it right now, so I'm still kind of fixing what I want to do to it, and then time just limited. I'm trying to plan some stuff, but you know how life goes. But yeah, super easy install. You can just use a cigarette lighter, and our cigarette lighter is inside the center console rest, underneath the armrest there. If you want to do that route, you can do it. I just like the fact that I can head the truck off and have a radio still, and just turn it off when you're done. Speaker sounds great, even being underneath the glove department. No concerns there with being able to hear anybody talk through it. But yeah, super easy install. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll leave a link to everything I used in the description below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this. If you haven't heard the news already, if you make it this far in the video, I have been officially sponsored by Peak Suspension, CBI, and as well as Prince Roof Racks. So I have a roof rack that's coming in, Prince Pro roof rack that's coming in the mail. That should be here within 5 weeks or so. So I will do an install video for that. And then as well as I just got a brand new lift kit from Peak they sent out for me for free. So I'll be doing a video of that. It basically consists of coils, little like 1/4-inch spacer in the front, blocks in the rear. They sent me their sway bar, reinforcement links, tie rod reinforcement links, sway bar relocation, and also diff / skid plate drops. So I will be doing a video separately for each one of those, probably do like a series. But yeah, if you have any questions about this radio install, just comment below or message me on my Instagram. Link for all that will be below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.